Produced on a budget of $40 million, this ambitious sequel was able to earn back nearly $300 million in profit following its November 22nd release in 1989. The core group of principal actors reprise their roles from the original and take us along for another amazing, if somewhat convoluted, time travel journey. Even though director Robert Zemeckis and producer Bob Gale basically painted themselves into a corner with the original picture's awesome final scene, which was never intended to set up a sequel, the narrative here manages to clumsily dig itself out of a hole rather quickly. Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox are back with their famous characters with even more nuanced and enjoyable performances than before. This time around, the time-hopping duo attempt to fix damages to their future when they travel 30 years forward to stop a crime before it happens. Unfortunately, their meddling accidentally results in creating an unthinkable alternate timeline version of their hometown, to which Lloyd declares, "I can't imagine hell being much worse."
The almanac. Son of a bitch stole my idea! He must have been listening when It's my fault. The whole thing is my fault. If I hadn't bought that damn book, none of this would have ever happened.
No, that's all in the past.
You mean the future?
Whatever! It demonstrates precisely how time travel can be misused and why the time machine must be destroyed. After we straighten all of this out.
They conclude the picture by returning to the exact time and place as the first film, even interacting with their younger counterparts. This plot mechanic of revisiting the original film from an almost behind-the-scenes perspective is an absolutely ingenious and original one that pays off dividends, making this sequel completely unlike any other. Wilson and Lea Thompson return as well and easily get the juiciest roles, able to play widely different and extreme versions of their original characters, resulting in some truly memorable and humorous scenes. Although Crispin Glover and Claudia Wells were unable to return for the sequels, their characters, however, are able to return, albeit with the help of some clunky production rewrites. With the majority of actors and production crew returning here, the level of consistency is to be applauded. Alan Silvestri's score is again impressive and suspenseful. Zemeckis' directing is spot on, the jokes are still witty and timeless, and the dramatic tension remains high throughout the well-paced story. The first act shows off the imaginative and seamless visual effects by ILM, painting an optimistic and hilarious vision of the future, complete with sports predictions, hoverboards, flying cars, Jaws 19, robotic jackets, and an automatic weather system. Particularly worth mentioning is a sequence where Fox plays 3 separate characters, all interacting with each other effortlessly. Created before the advent of computer imagery, this scene helped score the PG-rated film its only Oscar for Best Visual Effects. Besides functioning as a satirical outlook on the future of society, a number of the sight-gags in the 2015 portion of the film also function as clever references and recurring jokes established in the first film, as dozens of situations and motifs are repeated, sometimes verbatim. Indeed, much of this picture is littered with dozens of callbacks, as well as plenty of setups for the next picture, making this trilogy as airtight as any 3-picture story. And an extremely rare move, this 108-minute movie actually ends with a trailer for Part 3. In a tonal shift though, this picture departs from themes of relationship and self-discovery, opting instead for a larger and more disjointed narrative that is more action-oriented than its humble predecessor. Ignoring potential plot holes, the adventure develops realistically and provides for great fun on countless viewings. Although I still take issue with a 28-year-old Fox attempting to pass as a 17-year-old, there aren't many flaws here, and the result is a totally enjoyable film with characters and situations we already know and love. Back to the Future Part 2. Familiar, yet inventive. Supremely amusing. Those are my thoughts on the sequel. Now let's see what you had to say about it in the YouTube comments. Our scores for Part 2, a 9 and a 10. Your opinions were all positive for this picture, but decidedly more mixed than Part 1. You love the high concept plot, but faulted it for not being as funny and simple as the original. You thought it was awesome. A great continuation of the story, with even better jokes and set pieces. It was the emotional factor that was only slightly lacking for me here. I still thought it was amazing.